Hello, this is the Radio Geek, and today for you I have a Sony ICF P26, but it's not the normal radio review or show and tell. Something bad has happened to my trusty Sony radio. Yes, you guessed it, the dreaded leaking battery compartment here. Look at that. Ugh. Let's get in there a little closer here. Look at that mess there. Got a piece of the battery wrapper on there, and the contacts here are kind of corroded and looking nasty. So we're going to see if we can do something about that today. I have been transitioning from alkaline batteries to nickel metal hydride batteries just because they tend to not leak, whereas the alkalines do. I try to take the batteries out of radios when I'm not using them, but I had a bunch of radios and I was moving some stuff around, and I just put them in a little plastic bin, temporarily. And when I got back to them, I started pulling batteries out of them, and this one leaked, and so it was my fault. I left them in there too long. But some alkaline batteries are worse than others. I personally have had very bad luck with Duracell, as I call them, Duraleaks. I've had those things leak in the package before they're even used, and still have several years to go on their date. I don't know what the deal is with those, at least in my experience. This battery that leaked in here was pretty much just a cheap generic alkaline, so who knows. But I did abuse it. I left it in there too long, so can't really fault the battery, I suppose. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is try to clean this today, and I'm gonna use some white vinegar that you can get at any supermarket to clean up the corrosion, and some Q-tips. So we'll see if I'm successful at this. I found that the vinegar works pretty good, and you can always clean up anything else, other residue, with some IPA alcohol. So I just got a little, here, I'll show you here, I'll back it up. Wrong way, alright. Yeah, it's got a little bowl of the vinegar here, and I'm dipping a Q-tip in there, and I'm going to try to wipe away some of this crud here. So yeah, if you put the vinegar on, it kind of bubbles up the leaking goo from the battery, and it really does a good job of cleaning it up. I've had pretty good luck with it. I don't know if all the goo and stuff is like right here, or if there's anything else, below that could have gotten on the circuit board. I'm hoping that that's not the case, and we'll have to dig into it a little bit further to see if we got any other damages there. Oddly enough, it was just that one battery that leaked. The other one didn't seem to be leaking, so there's no gunk in that compartment, just in the one bay. So I'm hoping it's contained here to the top of the radio here. It's still doing a pretty good job. I got some of the, you can see how nasty that is, huh? I've got some of the paper here of the battery that's leaked and stuck to the inside of the radio, so that's a little bit more problematic than just the goop, the white stuff, So I'm thinking the vinegar is like softening that paper too. I can see it lifting off of the plastic here, so yeah. Ugh. Time for a new Q-tip, I think. Yeah, I've really been trying to avoid using alkaline batteries, but sometimes you have to use what you have available, and And you know, you got to remember to take them out too. So yeah, the paper's coming up pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good now. The main thing is to get it off of the metal, because it'll just sit there and keep eating away at the metal. And then you're going to have a bad connection, or sometimes it's even eaten through if it's bad enough. Alright, well that looks pretty good. I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning, and I'm gonna open it up and see what it looks like inside, make sure we don't have any damage in there. Okay, I got it open here to see what it looks like inside as far as any damage is concerned. The battery compartment was basically right over this area here, so it's not above the circuit board, which is good. You can see, let's move it in a little bit here, zoom it in just a little bit. Yeah. So as you can see here on this negative terminal, there's a little bit more of the battery leakage there, which would maybe eat away at this terminal and the wire there, so I want to clean that up. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. Like I say, the whole battery compartment is over this area here where there isn't any circuit board, so there's just a speaker there and some low speaker wires. It looks fairly clean in here, as far as doesn't look like it dripped or anything, although here in the corner here there's a little bit of residue, probably from when I was cleaning it. Little fragments fell in there, so I'll give that a cleaning as well. So all in all, it's not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. I'm not sure how long this radio was you know, sitting around with a leaking battery in it, so no telling how long that was, but it looks like it was contained mostly to the battery compartment, which was a good thing. It's really bad if it leaks in and gets on the circuit board, because then over time it can start to eat away at the circuit board and maybe even open some traces or eat through some wiring or something like that. So hopefully this will do a good job in neutralizing everything, all this battery acid, and getting all this off of here, and then we won't have a problem later on. Well, I guess there is a little bit over here on the plastic, so I'll give that a clean as well. That stuff just gets everywhere, it really does, and it's good to just take a little time and go over things and, you know, get it mopped up and neutralize that that battery corrosion before it gets too far out of whack there. I also have that I like to use are these little tissues. They're called Chem wipes from Chemtech, and they're kind of like in a little Kleenex box, but they're really good at sucking up things and absorbing things. They're good for removing flux with some alcohol, and just dab this cloth and it just wicks it up. So it's a really good tool for that sort of thing, as well as cleaning up this mess here. You can get them on Amazon and a few electronic supply places as well. They're more expensive than Kleenex. I forget how much they are a box, but they are more expensive than Kleenex. Like I say, I want to say they're maybe like $3 or $4 a box, maybe. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But it's a little box with, I don't know how many tissues are in here, but 280 it says. They'll last you quite a long time with that many. They go pretty far. They're pretty good. They're pretty good, and they last quite a while. So you get yourself a box next time you're buying something on Amazon, and then you got them for when you need them, you know. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing back together, and then we'll put some batteries in it, and hopefully it still works. Okay, I got it back together here, so we'll see if it works. You just have to take out the 2 screws here. You don't have to take out the screw for the antenna. And then I used one of these little pry tools, spudgers, whatever they call them, little plastic pry tool. That way you can pry up on the plastic here in between the seam, get in there and kind of go like this and go all the way down, do the same thing on the other side. And then you can pop it up and it won't, you know, scratch up the radio with this smooth plastic. So this is good tools to have too. So let me put these 2 screws in here, and we'll put some batteries in it, and hopefully it'll be good as new. I did look at the battery compartment and the inside of the radio with my microscope, and I did find some other spots that were hiding underneath the wire that were kind of smaller, and I used a little pair of tweezers and picked all that stuff out of there and put some more vinegar on it, and wiped it up with one of those chem wipes, and so I think I got it pretty good. Hopefully it'll work and last for a long time, and won't be any more battery leaks. Also, when you put these screws back in, they're like self-tapping plastic screws, so if you go the opposite way of the screw first, and then you'll feel it pop down into the slot, and then you can turn it clockwise to tighten it after that, and it'll be using the same threads that the screw originally made, because if you don't do that, then it cuts new threads, and you know, you can probably get away with that a few times, but then eventually they just kind of wear out, and then you can't get them to tighten anymore. So anyway, we'll put our batteries back in here. I think it looks pretty good. It looks nice and clean. Like I say, I got another microscope there and got it cleaned up. So we'll put some batteries in it and see what happens. All right. Okay. This power switch over here.
Introducing new hands-free Skechers slippers. Footwear you can just
Hey, look at that.
to step into, and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over.
Works.
Way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about
All right. A successful repair of the trusty Sony ICF P26. Nice analog radio that I like to listen to, and now it's okay again. So anyway, if you guys ever have leaking batteries and you need to clean them up, try some vinegar and some Q-tips, and if you have them, use some of those chem wipes, and that'll help dab this stuff up. And good luck. Until next time, this is the Radio Geek